Hello, I'm Alisa from School of Liberal Arts, Sukhothai Thammathirat Open University.
And I'm Jay. Welcome to Culture Me, where we talk about cultural issues and differences. If you have any comments or questions, you can email us at stoucultureme@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/stoucultureme. And don't forget to like us.
สวัสดีค่ะ วันนี้ก็เป็นรายการที่ 9 นะคะในซีรีส์ Culture Me ของเรานะคะ ถ้าท่านผู้ฟังสนใจก็สามารถที่จะเข้ามาแลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นได้ที่อีเมลนะคะตามที่อาจารย์เจได้บอกไปแล้วก็เข้ามาที่ Facebook ของเรานะคะเพื่อแลกเปลี่ยนความคิดเห็นเกี่ยวกับวัฒนธรรมต่างๆนะคะในวันนี้จะเป็นเรื่องของ Cultural Differences in ASEAN Part 2 นะคะอาจารย์เจwe catch up from last time.
Yes.
This time we will go to Malaysia.
I got this information from ediplomat.com. Malaysia has a large Chinese population in addition to the Malay population. So there are some differences depending on who you're dealing with, who you're meeting. But in Malaysia, when you meet people, shaking hands with men at business meetings and social events is common. If you're greeting a woman or an older person, it's best to nod or give a slight bow. Women should greet Malay men also with a nod and a smile.
For women, do they also shake hands, Ajahn?
They can. It will depend on the person. So I would let the other person lead. If a woman extends her hand, then fine. If I were a visitor, I would not be the first to extend my hand.
Okay, better do as the Roman do.
Exactly.
Ajahn, what about in terms of eating culture? Do you have anything in particular that we should pay our attention?
The etiquette also varies on whether you're dining with someone who's Chinese or Malay. If they're Malaysian or Indian, they will usually use a fork and spoon the same way as in Thailand. If they're Chinese, they will probably use chopsticks and a spoon for soup. But so you just watch what the others are doing.
I saw in the television program they have this they use their hand to eat on a banana leaf. Ajahn. Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, in some countries, some people still eat with their hands. And even in American culture, there's some food that it's considered proper to eat with your hands.
Yeah, but that may be in special restaurants nowadays.
Yes,
or
true.
at home.
True.
Yes, and when leaving, Ajahn, or passing people, this is also important.
Yeah, if you are passing food, only pass it with your right hand. Do not use your left hand.
This is sort of the gesture that we have to pay attention to.
And it's difficult. It's difficult when you're in a country that is a Muslim country or predominantly. It is difficult because sometimes we are used to often maybe waving hello with our left hand, and that's something that you're not supposed to do. So it's something that you constantly have to keep in mind.
And what about when you want to call attention to people who are older than you, Ajahn? Can you sort of beckon them or wave their hands at them?
Even if they're not older, even if they're just adults, it's not polite in Malaysia to beckon them, to call them over. You know how sometimes we just use a gesture to call someone over, or come here. Yeah, it's not polite to do that with any adults in Malaysia.
And what if you put your hands in the pockets, Ajahn?
Then they will think that you are angry. They'll think that you are angry.
And not very polite, isn't it?
Right, right. And also one thing, if you're going on a business trip or doing some sort of business or going to some sort of function, a wedding or a party, it's better not to wear the color yellow.
Oh.
It's reserved for royalty.
Some people still are aware of that. And what else, Ajahn, about dining etiquette that we should learn? For about using all kind of utensils, fork and spoons.
I would just
Maybe common, huh? Common.
yeah, I would just follow what the host is doing, which I would recommend doing in most countries. So, and moving on to Brunei, the men shake hands with each other, but almost always the women and men do not. Younger Bruneians might shake hands with a foreign woman, but again, let them lead. And it's considered respectful to bow your head slightly when someone who is senior to yourself in position or in age. And in Brunei, it's considered rude to stare into someone else's eyes. It's
What would you do if you like to just look at them, Ajahn?
I don't know. In many, like in American culture and other Western culture, especially if you're making a point and having a serious conversation, you look into their eyes and it gives sincerity that you're
Not challenging.
not challenging, but yeah, so it's just something you would have to be very careful of.
Some of my teachers told me you can look at their chin, Ajahn. So that
that's good
it's
advice.
not really direct into their eyes, but you are facing their face.
That's good advice. That's very good advice.
Ajahn, how about gift giving etiquette? We always like to give gift and
Yes.
receiving gift.
Well, chocolate and fruit are good in Brunei to give as gifts. But some things not to give are do not give toy dogs to children. It's a religious or anything made of pigskin. And if you are bringing food, make sure that it's halal and does not contain gelatin.
Yeah, they have the size in it on the wrap or the bottle.
Yes, yes. And if you're giving a gift, do not wrap it in white. It symbolizes death and mourning. When you offer a gift, use your right hand. If the item is big, you can use both. You can use both hands, but only if it's big. And like in Thailand, gifts are usually not opened when they're received.
But you can tell the one who gives you that you are pleased.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
And dining etiquette, Ajahn.
Dining, just wait to be told where to sit, and it's considered good manners to accept an offer of food or drink. So if someone offers you anything to eat or drink, say yes, because in Brunei, saying no might be viewed as a personal rejection.
Oh.
Yeah. And wait to be invited to eat before starting. Usually they will eat also with a fork and spoon. But when you're finished eating, place your fork facing down on your plate with your spoon also facing down and crossed over
Oh, yeah,
the
that
fork.
means you finished.
It means you're finished.
Yes,
It means
yes.
you're finished. Yes.
Nice to know. Otherwise, the waiter or waitress will not pick up your plate.
Exactly, because they think you're still eating.
Ajahn, this website.
Yeah, this information is from quintessential.co.uk.
And they also give the information on Indonesia as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So what do you have to share with us about Indonesia's?
Indonesia, they also greet with a handshake. That's the most common, and they usually say a word that's it's sort of hard for me to pronounce.
Selamat.
Most of the pronunciation that I checked, it looks like selamat, but the pronunciation is more slamat. Yeah,
This is Bahasa Indonesia.
yes. And many Indonesians give a slight bow also.
So again, we are talking about dining etiquette from various countries. What about Indonesia, Jan?
Wait to be shown your place of where to sit, and you will be served food at first, like the first round. You will be served, but after that, it's okay to help yourself. Sometimes the food is served buffet style, and the guests help themselves. But it's considered very polite for the guest to insist that others go first, like insist that the host go first, even though that would never happen. They would never let you.
John, it says here that in formal situation, men are served before women.
Yes,
It's still like that?
from what I've read, yes, it still is. It still is. And also, women should dress very conservatively. Yeah, covered from ankle to neck, and nothing too tight. Nothing too tight.
John, now we move to Singapore.
All right.
Much more of an also variety of ethnics as well.
Exactly. And in fact, Singapore has 4 national languages: Mandarin, Malay, Tamil, and English.
So it's a kind of a mix between culture as well.
Yes. And so it's because it's multi-ethnic. Again, it depends on who you're with, of how you'll be eating, how you'll be acting. But as far as greetings, younger people and people who work in big multinational companies, they usually shake hands with everyone,
Okay.
men, women, yeah. And
Ajahn, again, gift giving. What do you think we should learn about gift giving in Indonesia?
well, the few important things are if you're giving a gift to an ethnic Chinese, the gift may be refused 3 times
Before it is accepted.
Yeah, before it's accepted. It just means that they're trying to show that they're not greedy. So if you're giving a gift, it's refused, don't be offended. Just try to just keep offering a few times.
What about to Malays, Ajahn?
To Malays, keep in mind the Muslim Islam religion. Don't give pigskin, dogs, and also avoid white wrapping
but
paper.
wrap
again.
gifts in red or green. They
Yeah,
prefer
that's
that.
best. Yes, that's best.
And how about ethnic Indians, Ajahn?
If you give flowers, that's great, but don't give the commonly known as plumeria in Thailand, which is very common. Don't give those because they're used in funeral wreaths, and no gifts wrapped in white or black.
And don't give leather products
Right,
to the Hindu.
if they're Hindu, do
because
not
they are
give
made
leather.
from cow, isn't it?
Exactly.
Ajahn, how about the Philippines?
The Philippines is actually has the 3rd highest, largest population of English speakers after the U.S. and the U.K. So a handshake when you're greeting is very normal, and if they're close, they're close friends, they might hug or kiss when they see you. As far as gift giving, sweets, flowers are great gifts, but flowers to avoid are chrysanthemums and white lilies. Do not give those. And if you are going to send like a fruit basket or some sort of gift of food, don't send it before the event. Only send it after.
After, not before.
Not before. In the Philippines, it will probably be viewed as thinking that the host will not have enough food to serve. So wait until after.
อาจารย์ and what about if you are invited to a Filipino's house? When should you arrive?
You should arrive late. It's best to arrive about 15 to 30 minutes later than invited for a large party. One important thing is, we often refer to the man and the woman who are giving a party as the host and hostess, but do not use the word hostess to refer to the woman in the Philippines. It means something else there.
Okay.
It doesn't translate the same.
อาจารย์ we have to move to our neighbor Laos.
Yes.
Very close to Thailand. And we are sort of familiar with their culture. But there might be something that we should
There are some big differences. Pork is so popular in Thailand, but in Laos, very little pork is eaten. It's mostly chicken, buffalo, or beef. But some other things that I found interesting. I found this information from travelfish.org that stroking someone's arm is very common, even not just between old friends, with people who you've just met. They might stroke your arm. So, that could be taken the wrong way if you don't know. So if you go and that happens, it's nothing weird.
Do you do that in the US?
No, we're not big.
People?
No, we're not big touchers. No, shaking hands is as far as it goes. And they also, if you have a belly, they might joke about your weight because it's okay there. It's okay.
Like to be cute or something like that.
I guess I don't think I would like it,
but listener might not like it.
Right. So if you go and they joke about your weight, try not to be offended. It's not considered a big deal there.
So, Ajahn, our two programs has offer us some differences among many countries, but only a bit or a few of them.
We're just giving some interesting fun facts. If you are traveling to those countries, I recommend reading as much as possible before your trip.
Yeah, and there are, I believe there are common thing that we can practice to be polite and to be cultured.
Yes, exactly.
To be a cultured person.
Exactly.
So we have to know differences from other cultures and ours as well.
Right, and to make everyone as comfortable as possible.
Okay, thank you very much, Ajahn.
Thanks for joining us.